We've made it. It's simultaneously joyful and a little sad. I'm sad to leave you all today. We're getting ready for our closing remarks and wrapping up. We have a little more gratitude to share with everyone. I just wanted to thank Tiffany. I have personally really enjoyed your materials. I've brought them back in the past and shared them with my district and county office, and just have a lot of pride for what I see happening throughout our state. And I am really impressed with the things that you've been able to put together and bring here to Santa Barbara County. So thank you for sharing those. The practical resources and materials that we can all immediately use, our plus ones, to meet the unique needs of students, staff, families, and communities. Thank you. Integrating SEL into our schools really is essential for supporting the whole child, the whole school, and the whole community. Links, videos, and the guide can also be found on the School Wellness Summit website. Thank you again, Tiffany, and also providing your contact information. You know we're going to be in contact with you to get more of those resources. I do want to thank all of our presenters today and yesterday. What an incredible 2 days of focus, of connection, of community, of really prioritizing ourselves, our work, the importance of maintaining these connections, of this information, of celebrating the joy, making this space to be here. It's always difficult, no matter if we're in the classroom or in the lunchroom or some other point of campus, it's always hard to leave our districts and our schools and our spaces. So thank you just for making the time to come out and make this space and honor how important it is for us to do this work, learn from one another, network and connect. I really want to thank our presenters and for all of you attendees for coming here today. I know that it's so busy in our daily schedules, and I really do appreciate your willingness to come here and have all of this work shared. I do want to thank a couple of people before we get to our closing remarks. I would be remiss not to at least say thank you to both John and Ben, our amazing IT crew. Thanks for keeping us on board. Not going to hold the wild clicker against you, just for the record. And in 12 years of this incredible summit, I know we thank her often, but from the bottom of my heart, I just want to give a very special thank you to Kirsten Criswell. She is the Wellness Summit woman. She is amazing. She is here as a resource for all of us. We couldn't do this work without you. You are just always here for us and put on such an incredible event. So thank you very, very much. At this time, I am going to welcome up our final speaker of the day. Ashley Costa is going to come up to the stage to give our closing remarks. Ashley is the Executive Director of the Lompoc Valley Community Healthcare Organization. She is a familiar face here at the School Wellness Summit. She's been part of the Summit Council since 2014. Please help me welcome Ashley Costa to the stage.
Let's see. You all can hear me. I promise I have very few remarks. Yay for that. I wanted to just take a moment of reflection. I feel so taken care of today. I won't say where or what it was for, but I had a conference yesterday that felt very different. It was very hot and very jam-packed. Not a lot of time for me or reflection. And today I leave feeling like my cup has been filled and I feel taken care of. So I just am in so much gratitude. I'd love to hear from folks something that you might be taking with you today. I'll give you a couple of mine. Empathetic strain, love that, right? Normally, like I hear of secondary trauma or other things. Empathetic strain was a new concept for me. Food and mood, it's an easy one. I'll be able to teach my daughter that one. Gratitude gourd, I realized I didn't know how to spell gourd, so sorry teachers. But gratitude gourd, super cute. Belief, body, behavior. I'm committed to getting a walking pad for my office. Like I feel so inspired. What about you? What inspired you today? Popcorn, anything you're gonna take. I know, it's been a long day. We're almost there. Anything from your packet of information, something that stuck with you.
The idea of formalizing the walking club. I have little groups that go for walks during lunch. So I like the idea of formalizing that and like making a bulletin board where we can track like how many miles they walk over the year to recognize their commitment to themselves.
I love that. I love that. Formalize the walking club. What else?
I appreciated the fact that when we were asked how many of you are surviving and how many of you are thriving, that people were brave enough to actually raise their hand and say that they were surviving. And that was a very vulnerable place to put themselves, and I appreciated that people actually shared that.
Yeah, I raised my hand. Like, I'm surviving. I love that. That's what I mean. I was in a space where we could be vulnerable and share and be our authentic selves today. So I leave feeling refreshed and renewed, being in this space. So thank you for sharing. The reason I'm asking for your reflection is because it's easy to come to a summit all day or maybe 2 days, and then you walk out and that's it. And it goes on a shelf or it goes in the recycle bin. I really want to encourage you not to do that. I want you to make the promise to yourself, to your staff, to your schools, to your districts, to your family. You take at least one thing you learned today back home with you. Thank you for considering that. So what brought me here today, that reflection from this morning, hope brought me here today. Wellness is not always a priority. I think we've learned that. I remember back in the Michelle Obama days, it was very different than it is today as far as how seriously the federal government was taking student health. So I'm here because I'm hopeful that we continue to make student and school and staff wellness a priority. We hope that you've been inspired. Maybe you've learned some innovative practices and strategies, and you're looking forward to implementing them back in your districts and your school sites. So as we move forward, we've acknowledged that health and wellness programs in schools may begin to look different. We mentioned at the beginning of the day that this can be due to changes in SNAP-Ed funding, which will affect the scope of work many of our partners can support. Since 2015, the summit has been made in part possible through the Public Health Department's SNAP-Ed support. So looking ahead, the future of this professional learning event will be impacted by those funding changes. We're working together right now in the background to try to build additional partnerships and seek sustainable funding to continue to bring the summit back in 2026 and beyond. That is a work in progress as we speak. The mission remains the same: to keep student health and wellness in the forefront of high-level conversations with regard to student achievement and emphasize the continued support and implementation of workplace wellness and employee well-being initiatives. So we're hoping that you will take a moment to complete our 7-question survey. It will help us plan for future summits. And we know you're so busy and so full, so if you could just pull up your phones and take a snapshot of that QR code, even if you don't do the survey now, if you can pull that up for me. We appreciate that. Feedback is so helpful to make sure we're improving. Did everyone get a snap of that? Okay, I still see phones. Just 7 questions. We really appreciate that. Starting to see a few eyes. Maybe give you one more minute. All right, I'm gonna let you finish that up while we wrap up. Feel free to take a pause and finish it right when we are done. Thank you. That feedback is incredibly helpful. It's important to recognize our partners. I think you all know something like this only happens because of partnerships. I feel like I've made 3 new very good friends from Office of Ed, and we just want to thank Office of Ed for being such a fantastic partner, and in particular, Dr. Salcido, who's always been generous with her time and input to help craft our agenda each year and identify our featured presenters. So we thank Dr. Salcido. We also want to thank the Santa Barbara County Public Health Department, specifically the CalFresh Healthy Living Department and Trina Long. Trina is also one of our original Summit Council members and continues to be very active in school wellness programming. Suzanne Grimacy, thank you from Santa Barbara County Department of Behavioral Wellness. You're always one of the first partners to engage every year in planning and development of the programming. Also to funders, we do have 2 funders, the Natalie Orfila Foundation, the Audacious Foundation. They've been ongoing partners and have been instrumental in sustaining the legacy event since the School Food Initiative all those years ago. So in the past 12 years, we have had many who have been part of our volunteer summit council. So if you can give me a wave, if you've ever been a presenter, if you've ever been on the council, if you've ever volunteered your time, if you've ever helped Kirsten. Got a couple back here. Yay! Thank you all so much. So thank you, everyone. Remember, there are so many resources available to you. Schoolwellnesssummit.org. You can scan the QR code, check out the website. Thank you again, everybody, and safe travels.